Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Nabil Danish and today me and my group have prepared a presentation so that we could talk about customer advocacy in marketing. Let's start by defining what customer advocacy is. Customer advocacy is a specialized form of customer service in which companies focus on what is best for the customer. It is a change in a company's culture that is supported by customer-focused customer service and marketing techniques. Customer advocacy works on the principle that you'll have a relentless focus on what your customer needs. Their trust and their loyalty is your utmost priority. To maintain this, you'll always focus on what's best for your customers as opposed to focusing on what's best for the company. To understand the difference between a buyer, consumer, advocate, and critic, let's take a look at this. An advocate is someone who is more likely to be a recommender, a shareholder, and an active evangelist. A buyer is just a consumer who is repeatedly buying the product as long as it satisfies him. Critics are those who personally don't like the product or service and actively disapprove of it publicly. Customer advocacy concerns itself with the advocate customers who are not shareholders. Advocates are customers that will recommend your product or services to other people. A customer advocacy program's goal is to turn customers into advocates. Word of mouth marketing is the most essential part of customer advocacy. Word of mouth marketing is when a consumer's interest in a company's product or services is reflected in their daily dialogues. Some ways to achieve this is by delivering an above than average customer experience, rewarding the best customers, creating engaging content, offering exceptional customer service, having a strong social media presence, offering rewards for referrals, and reaching out to influencers. Now that we have established what customer advocacy is, look at the most logical next question, which is why do we need customer advocacy when we already have our traditional marketing techniques in place? Well, I'll give you 11 reasons why customer advocacy is the next form of marketing. Firstly, prioritizing your customers is actually good for business. The Harvard Business School Press states that on average, the revenue of companies can be expected to double per 12% increase in advocacy. In the long run, companies will be thanking those loyal customers for all the support they've given in attracting new customers. Moving on to the second reason, since advocates are usually people they know personally, 92% of customers have been found to trust recommendations from people they know. In the same way, if a business finds that their sales are booming despite the sales team not making any serious efforts, it's a safe bet to think that their advocates are busy bringing in new customers. They have been found to be 2 to 3 times more effective than non-advocates, which is your sales team basically. A whole marketing department is devoted to this concept, which is advocacy marketing. The fourth reason is that customer advocates bring more revenue. You've probably already heard it that it costs 5 times more to acquire a new customer than to keep an existing one. The costs continue to decline as you provide better customer service and become a more customer-centric company. Your advocates will become a living proof of that. They spend more on your products and they purchase more often. The fifth reason backs up our first reason, which is that people trust others' opinion more than they trust most brands. Therefore, up to half of your customers come from word of mouth. Word of mouth drives 20 to 50% of all purchase decisions. In fact, I recently switched to Storm Fiber from Nayatel because of my friend's recommendation. Customer advocacy program provides people something to talk about. The sixth reason is customer advocates have their hands in multiple jars. What this basically means is that worldwide 80% of consumers recommend one brand, however advocates recommend 4 brands. Now at first glance this may not seem like a good thing. However, working with customer advocates broadens your network. If they recommend other brands that go well with yours, you'll have an in to partner with someone and increase growth. Referring to point 1 and 5 again, advocates tell twice as many people about their purchases as non-advocates. It is realistic to believe that any brand that has at least one passionate consumer who will ideate, build, distribute, sell, and recommend its products. It's very normal for a person to talk about its purchases, which is why a company should not only have a top-notch service but an excellent overall purchase experience. Similarly, almost every person in their life has experienced bad customer service which stops them to continue business with that company. This is why a company needs to work on customer retention and keeping them loyal, which will eventually increase customers' lifetime value. Customers advocates are far more loyal and have higher lifetime values than non-advocates. Customers referred by other customers have a 37% higher retention rate. This means that once your advocates refer someone, there's a good chance that person could turn into a repeat customer and potentially even an advocate. It's a cycle. Great customer service turns customers into brand advocates who brings referrals and the loop goes on. Chances are you already have advocates raving about your brand and you don't even know it. While it may not be half of your customers, if you've been around for a decent amount of time and provide at least decent customer service, you're likely to have people talking about you. Now you just have to find them. You know the old saying, it takes years to build trust and seconds to destroy it. As always, this old adage rings true with customer service. 79% of high-income people, 51% of B2B clients, and 54% of Gen Zers will avoid your company for 2 years or more following one bad customer experience. People won't easily forgive you for a bad experience, and you simply can't afford that over the long run. In case of receiving a bad review, you need to be quick and respond to it in an effective manner to avoid further damage. With all said and done, the second part of my presentation will focus on some of the ways a company can start to incorporate customer advocacy program. The first step in establishing a successful customer advocacy program is to get the correct tools for it. For this, a company should first get a help desk system. A help desk system allows you to keep track of your customers' interactions across multiple channels. This ensures you never forget to follow up with a customer. Nothing gets through the cracks. A help desk can also help you assign customers to certain support reps, track key metrics, and help you fix issues faster and more efficiently. This is a screen from Freshdesk, one of the world's leading help desk systems. As you can see, help desk systems provide companies with a platform that makes customer communications easy. Freshdesk is currently being used by 15,000 plus brands such as Panasonic, HP, American Express, Goodreads, Cisco, NYU, and Honda. Secondly, focus on wowing a customer every day. This is probably the easiest way to build brand advocates. Giving a random customer free overnight shipping, sending handwritten thank you gift cards, sending free gifts, or simply telling your customers how much they mean for their business are small incremental gestures that goes a long way in building a successful relation with your customers. Bungie is a video game studio that developed the award-winning first-person shooting series Halo. Bungie took the idea of customer wowing to heart when they sent a young liver transplant patient a surprise gift around the holidays. Because the poor kid couldn't play his favorite game, Halo, they sent him a great get well card signed by the whole Bungie team and a custom-made Spartan helmet that is used by one of the game's characters. Small gestures like these have a monumental impact on your relation with your customers. Moving to the third point, it is to train your staff on customer service skills. Great customer service is done by people, and people are not perfect. Training your staff to be better customer oriented is the most essential need for a company that wishes to have a customer advocacy program. This can be done by many ways, including coaching, online courses and guidance, and a good chain of management. One of the pioneers to customer services skills is Starbucks. Starbucks does a great job by making their customers feel that they are important. This is crucial to fostering success. Starbucks does this by knowing the names and their orders to which customers react well to. In fact, the average Starbucks customer visits the store 6 times per month. In addition, the loyal customer will go to a store 16 times per month, which accounts for 20% of their customers. These loyal customers are the people that a Starbucks barista took time out of their day to remember their name and even a previous order. All other companies should be taking notes on this customer relationship success. Fourth, highlight your customer successes. Have you ever been featured on a company's blog or social media page? Feels good, right? It's part of the human psyche. We all have a need to feel important. So fulfill your customers' need. Feature their photo on your blog and social media pages. Write about how they use your product or service brilliantly to solve a problem. Interview them and share the interview with your followers. A great example here would be of Lego. As Lego is essentially a brick building toy, Lego takes immense importance in highlighting their customers' creations. These creative, unique, and intricate designs only helps Lego show that the possibilities and the playability of their toys are endless, and it's only limited by the imagination of their players. Moving to the last point, which is to make your returns easier. Returning something is already painful, but when the business I'm returning it to makes it harder, it really ticks me off. I'm not alone. Most people will never do business with the company again after a difficult return. On the flip side, a painless return and refund process really makes a business shine in my eyes. The chances of me and most people doing business with them again are much higher. Sure, you may lose out on revenue from one cancelled order, but you'll gain a happy customer who may recommend many more orders and even come back to buy. IKEA is one of the leading home decor and furniture manufacturing brand in the world. Thanks to its no-nonsense 365 days to change your mind policy, IKEA is one of the best stores to make returns. As the policy name suggests, shoppers get 1 year 365 days to make a return for a full refund. The only catch is you need to have a receipt. If you don't, the store will attempt to locate your purchase in its system. Should that fail, you'll get a merchandise credit equal to the lowest selling price of that item from the previous 365 days. Those are some of the guidelines many businesses today are using to create a successful customer advocacy program. In the end, customer advocates are closer to the public than any other people in your organization. They work as the missing link between customers and your marketing team and are crucial in pushing internal changes that will eventually benefit them in the long run, which only improves your brand image as a result. Thank you very much.